I have a question for you. What if the very thing you think is delayed is actually already being processed in a realm you cannot see? There is a God who does not ignore whispers, who does not overlook broken sentences, and who does not turn away from tears that fall without words. Every prayer you have ever spoken, even the ones you barely had strength to form, are not lost. They are accounted for. There is a deeper truth most people never fully grasp. Heaven does not measure prayer by volume, but by sincerity. You may think you didn't pray well enough, but heaven responds to honesty, not performance. And even when your faith feels weak, the act of turning your heart toward God already carries weight in eternity. Some moments in life feel like nothing is moving. Doors stay closed. Situations remain unchanged. But silence is not rejection. Silence is often the space where foundations are being laid for answers that are too large for immediate release. What looks like delay to you may actually be preparation shaped by wisdom you cannot yet understand. And here is what you must hold tightly. You are not speaking into emptiness. Prayer is not a ritual floating in the air. It is communication with a living God who sees beyond time. Even when your surroundings do not reflect change, something is shifting beyond what your eyes can register. There is a powerful reminder in Scripture. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer. 1 Peter 3:12. That means nothing you have spoken in faith has been ignored. Not one sentence, not one sigh. There is a story in Scripture about a woman named Hannah. She was deeply broken, carrying pain that words could barely explain. She went to the temple and prayed in such deep anguish that her voice was not even heard by others. Yet heaven heard her clearly. She was misunderstood by people around her, but never misunderstood by God. And in time, what she cried for became the very testimony that changed her life. Her silence before people became an answered promise before God. That is how divine attention works. What is overlooked by man is fully seen by heaven. Now think about this. If God could hear a prayer that was not even spoken aloud, what makes you think your whispered prayers are unnoticed? You may not have the right words, but you have his full attention. There is another truth you must understand. God does not only hear prayers, he also stores them with purpose. Nothing you pray is wasted. Even the prayers you forgot you prayed are not forgotten by him. There are moments when you feel spiritually tired, like your prayers are hitting a ceiling. But what if that ceiling is actually transformation happening above your understanding? What if the very resistance you feel is not rejection, but redirection? In Scripture, Daniel is a powerful example of this. He prayed consistently, even when circumstances did not change immediately. And when the answer finally came, it was revealed that the delay was not absence of response. It was spiritual resistance being overcome behind the scenes. The answer had already been released, but timing and unseen battles shaped when it arrived. Daniel's story reminds us that what is happening in the unseen world is often more active than what we see in the natural world. So when you pray, do not measure God's activity by visible results alone. There is movement you cannot track, preparation you cannot observe, and alignment you cannot detect yet. There is also a scripture that strengthens this truth. Call to me and I will answer you and show you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. That means prayer is not just about asking. It is about discovering what you could never figure out alone. Sometimes the answer is not just what you asked for, but what you needed to become ready for what you asked for. And here is something powerful. God is not only listening to your requests, he is also listening to your heart behind the request. He understands motives, pain, fear, hope, and even confusion. Where people misunderstand you, heaven understands you completely. There is a story of a Roman centurion in Scripture who came to Jesus with a request for his servant. He did not demand, he did not force, he simply believed in authority and power. And in that moment, Jesus responded with admiration for his faith. The servant was healed instantly, even from a distance. This shows something extraordinary. Distance does not limit divine response. So your situation is never too far for God to reach. Even now, you might feel like your situation is too complicated, too late, or too heavy. But complexity does not confuse God. Time does not restrict him, and distance does not separate you from his attention. There are prayers that take time not because God is slow, but because what is coming is being built to last. Some answers require more than instant delivery. They require transformation in the person receiving them. And here is a truth many overlook. Sometimes the answer to your prayer is already in motion, but your character is being strengthened so you can sustain it. There is a reason why Scripture says, "Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear." Isaiah 65:24. That means God is already working ahead of your words. Even before you finish speaking, heaven has already begun responding. Think about that. Your future may already contain solutions being arranged before your current situation even escalates. There are moments when you will look back and realize that what you called waiting was actually protection. What you called delay was alignment, and what you called silence was strategy. God does not respond like humans respond. He is not reacting. He is orchestrating. So when you pray, do not assume that lack of visible change means lack of divine activity. The unseen realm is far more active than the visible one. And here is something to hold on to. Your prayers are not just being heard, they are being shaped. Some are being answered exactly as you asked. Some are being refined. Some are being redirected into something greater than you originally imagined. Even Jesus taught persistence in prayer through parables, showing that consistent faith is not about repetition, it is about trust that does not quit. So keep going, not because you feel strong, but because heaven is not deaf to you. There is a moment coming when what you have been praying for will meet you in reality, and you will realize that every step, every silence, every stretch of patience was part of a process you could not see at the time. Some prayers feel like they disappear into silence, but silence has never been proof that God is absent. There are moments when nothing changes on the surface, yet everything is shifting underneath. What you call nothing happening may actually be the invisible rearrangement of your story. Think about how growth works in nature. A seed does not shout when it is breaking open in the soil. It looks still, hidden, even forgotten. But inside that hidden place, life is forming. In the same way, what you prayed for is not idle. It is developing in ways you cannot yet measure. There is a scripture that reminds us, "The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth." Psalm 145:18. That means closeness is not based on what you feel, but on what God has promised. Even when emotions fluctuate, his nearness does not. There are also times when what you prayed for begins with internal change before external change appears. God often works on the person before the promise is revealed, because what you are asking for is not only about arrival, it is about readiness. And when that moment arrives, you will not question whether God heard you. You will know he heard every word. So today, stand with this truth. Your prayers are not forgotten. Your voice